Guys, the time has come. For months and months, we have been in a famine. An FF famine. Well, actually, kind of a JRPG famine in a way. We have not had a lot of news to talk about. We've had to think of, hey, what should we talk about this time? Because there's nothing coming out except Killer In. But now, Summer Game Fest week has passed, and we have so many new JRPGs that have been announced or have been updated. I am in a great mood now. There's so much to look forward to. Just to name a few, we have on the Final Fantasy side, we have Final Fantasy XIV Evercold. We have Final Fantasy XIV coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We have Final Fantasy VII Part 3, which is now named Revelation. We have Final Fantasy Resonance, the first turn-based RPG in decades. Tales of Eternia Remaster. Dragon Quest XII has been rebranded to Beyond Dreams. Dragon Quest Monsters, The Withered World, Persona 6, Xenoblade Genesis, Kingdom Hearts 4 updated trailer. There's a new Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package coming, which I think they've done like 6 of those.
Oh yeah.
Many other things, but the fact is, if you're a JRPG fan, it's a great time to be alive, right, guys?
Oh yeah.
Not for your wallet.
Yeah.
It's okay. We've had years of saving. There's no excuse now. There's been a drought.
Blown it all on horses.
All of his horse girls took his money.
Are you talking about you've blown all your money on the horse chips or something else?
Oh no, horse girls.
It's okay. Now there's going to be car girls. Did you see that, Roz?
I don't care about cars. Horses are funnier.
It's like the exact same thing, but it's cars now. Like fast cars. Anyways, it's so dumb.
Okay. Well, let's just jump into first Final Fantasy Resonance, what it is, and this game's coming out in October. Okay. And they played this trailer at the this was at the Nintendo event, right?
Yeah, which is still insane to think about.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
This, in my opinion, this was the best Nintendo event I've ever seen, probably.
I
Nintendo
remember,
Direct. It was just like tons of JRPGs.
I remember like watching at the beginning when it was first doing things. I was like, this is going to be so lame. Just like game after game of just like, who's this? I don't care. And then what was first? Was it Kingdom Hearts that was first? I think it was Xenoblade.
No.
This was shown.
Was this shown
They
first?
showed Fire Emblem.
Yeah, they had Fire Emblem. It was like the first actual game I was kind of excited about. I was just like, oh, that's cool. And then they just kept, all of a sudden, they're just like slapped you in the face. It's like, here's another JRPG. You like this one? Have one of these. And you're just like, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Please stop. I can't afford it. Please.
And I was worried at first because for a while in that event, it was just like Switch 2 ports of old games. You know?
Yeah.
I was just like, this is lame. And then the second half was just like great announcement after great announcement.
Yeah, the one announcement though that was kind of shocking it was too short. A lot of people are saying it was too short. Was the Ocarina of Time remake, which I'm excited about.
Oh yeah.
Too just for that, but it was a little short for the fact that it's coming out in 2026.
Yeah.
That is a system seller though.
Yeah.
I've read some people speculating that it's not actually going to come out this year or something. Like some people are like, they just used AI to generate something just because they were nervous that the stocks would go down. It's like, oh my gosh, guys, like they've probably been working on this in the background for so long. And like, yes, maybe the cutscenes might look that nice, but I mean, they looked better in other games. You know, they do a nice cutscene, and you get into it. It's probably going to be dumbed down a little from there.
Well, their stock I think dropped again after the
Hmm.
Switch 2, after the Direct.
I think it still
That's
dropped, but they were
weird.
afraid it's going to drop even more.
Well, I don't know if this is
Supposedly.
true, but I read that it was because investors and people were so upset that the trailer for Ocarina of Time was so short. I don't know if that's true or not. I think that's just kind of funny. Like, you announce a game that everybody's reaction was just insane.
Hmm.
Right after Kingdom Hearts 4, and the Kingdom Hearts games are coming to Switch too, and your stock drops even more. That's just so crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, I think also it's the fact that like, everyone is excited for it and they didn't show much, but at the same time, I'd almost rather have that be like the only ish trailer we get before I play. Cuz I think it'd be so much cooler to just like boot the game up and be like, this looks awesome. This looks awesome. This is beautiful rather than just like, oh, I've seen everything already. I already know what to exactly to expect. It's like you already know what the game story is.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
want to see pretty game. Just show me the pretty version of the
I
game that I
agree.
grew up with. And if you do show more, don't show in the dungeons. Just show like open in Hyrule Field, just like a little tech demo in the middle of Hyrule Field running around. It won't spoil anything. I'm tired of
They
Yeah.
could
trailers doing that.
they could have just
Maybe
shown him on Epona, Link on Epona, writing like the intro for the Ocarina of Time. They could have just shown that, really.
Hmm.
maybe they even just show like I guess like a replica of like the original trailer for it, but like done in this new art style. Which I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know how I feel about the art style yet, just because I'm like it's a little realistic. Or I mean, I hope it's not to its detriment.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with that. Like I hate how overall things have to be like realistic, but for Zelda and Ocarina of Time, like it just kind of fits for me. I'm glad that they did that to set itself aside from like the 3DS remake that they did
Hmm.
oh
however
yeah,
many years ago. But I think it looks pretty. I mean, we didn't see much, but um that gets me more excited about it than ever, that it's like a really modern looking remake.
yeah. And
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Resonance, I'm excited for this, not just because of the game, but because of what it may mean for other games as well. Because I always kind of feel like some games are like a test. It's like, let's see how well this Final Fantasy 2D HD game sells, and then we'll decide if we're going to do Chrono Trigger and 1 through 6 or whatever. I always kind of feel like it's like there's a test in there somewhere,
Hmm.
and so
Yeah.
I'm really hoping this does well. Um, I've watched this trailer like a million times. I actually really like what they've done with like the other Final Fantasy characters. Uh, Someone was saying that it's like their personas. Like it's like Persona but Final Fantasy, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Well,
Um,
they've done this before. Um which that's a good segue because uh they're marketing this, well, at least IGN is marketing this as the first turn-based Final Fantasy in decades. That is not true.
No.
From any angle you look at it, that is just not true. But from what you're saying, Tim, 10 years ago, World of Final Fantasy came out, and the
yeah,
summons in that game were the characters from the Final Fantasy series.
yeah,
Hmm.
So it's like kind of the same concept there. That yeah, the other characters are like summons that you bring into battle.
yeah. Which I
But
love that game. I wish that they would make another one.
yeah, yeah. I think that's Ross. That's like one of your favorite spin-offs, right?
Yeah, like it's my favorite. I haven't played. Well, I wonder how my opinion would change since I haven't played it in about 9 years. But like, I loved it so much that it got me back into JRPGs like just full on. So I think it achieved its goal.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I feel like
But there's been tons of turn-based Final Fantasy spin-offs. And well, even if you count mainline and if you count ATB as turn-based, 13.2 was probably the last turn-based mainline, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember Lightning Returns. Yeah, I know it was like I haven't played that game in so long. I can't remember if that one was. I know it's not the same 13 and 13.2, but
it's actually pretty similar to 16, to where like it's actiony with cooldowns and stagger. You don't like move around like in 16, but you just kind of like stand in one place. And actually, yeah, there's like a parry systems in that, pretty similar to Clair Obscur, if I remember.
I hope
Oh,
there's
it's
no
been a long
parry
time.
system in this game.
What's that?
I hope there's no parry system or a grande system in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't seem like
I just
it,
hope
but
with this that there's no like microtransactions. Like, oh, if you want this character, you have to, $1.99 or whatever. Because
Yeah.
these characters are from the cell phone game, and that always concerns me because I want everything in the game. If you're going to charge me full price for a game, I want everything in it. I don't want like characters like, oh, if you want Cloud, you've got to pay $5 or whatever.
yeah. I think the only thing I'm ever okay with them doing is like, here's some extra skins. Like, here's a variation of this character.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure. Charge me extra for that. If I really want it, I'll pay for it. Cool. But I don't think it should be any sort of like content blocked anything. But that could be a whole
I agree.
conversation.
They'll do that. Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. I mean, Square to me seems like they're in a rebrand phase right now. Maybe not rebrand, just like just kind of a new strategy. And it just seems like this is a good graces announcement, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
For having
Right.
their Capcom moment.
yeah. So to kind of leading into the one of the other announcements, the way they announced 7 Part 3, they need to do all announcements like that. That was to me the best announcement they've had in a very, very long time for a big AAA title like that.
Yeah. You guys just want to go ahead and jump into 7
I
Revelation?
don't think there's much more to say about Resonance. We're excited. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Oh yeah, I'm very pumped.
Yeah. Comes out in October, which I won't play until November 1st, but November 1st I'll start playing it.
I'll prematurely end my spooky game month for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it.
I want to, but October and horror month means so much to me. I don't want to. I hate when games come out like in October or right before October, because I only have like a short amount of time in the year to like be in the Halloween mood. So I have to put it off.
This game.
Well, Tim,
right?
the time has come. I would say you're the biggest Final Fantasy VII fan in this group. So how about you kick us off?
Oh man. Well, first I want to go into it with every opportunity they've had to show this game. I have been like, it's gonna be here. It's gotta be here. I'm so excited, and then I'm always disappointed. I actually got myself to the point where at State of Play and Summer Game Fest, I'd convinced myself it probably wasn't going to be here. That I was happy with the entire show, and then when they showed it, I was extra surprised and happy. But I was completely to the point where it's like it's probably not going to be shown. Maybe Tokyo Game Show. I don't think it registered until they showed Tifa with Street Fighter as the final fighter. I was like, oh, they're going into it. This is happening. So far,
That made me
everything
feel the opposite.
it made you feel
That
the
made me-
opposite.
Well, when they showed Tifa and then they were moving on and Hamaguchi went off stage, I thought, I was like, are you kidding me? That's why he's there.
See, I
Because we
thought
knew beforehand he was going to be there, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, I thought the opposite because when they did the Street Fighter thing and he was there, I thought there's no way Square Enix had him fly all the way out there just for a Street Fighter 5-second announcement of Tifa. They're going to show
Dude.
it. I didn't, but the way that they did it though, like I wish I would have recorded my reaction because I was like, we saw the trailer and I was like excited. I was like, yeah, and then like they kept showing more trailers, and every time I'm pretty sure Lauren, my wife, would tell you this, but like every time my hands were like closer to being over my face because like they were just kept showing stuff. Um, but it just looked perfect to me. Like it is everything that I wanted out of part 3 and what I wanted to see. Honestly, with what they've shown, I am happy not seeing anything else until the game comes out. They've shown me that much, and I'm so satisfied with what I've seen. The gameplay looks incredible. Sid and Vincent, this is my favorite Sid.
Mm.
Out of all the Final Fantasies, this is my favorite one. So, in every playthrough I play of Final Fantasy VII, my final party's Tifa, Cloud, and Sid. Well, I'm conflicted now because I know Sid's going to be in my final party along with Cloud, but the way Vincent plays, I think he may end up taking Tifa's spot because he looks so cool to play. He looks like so much fun.
And we haven't been able to use him yet.
Yeah, and he is the new character. So it looks so good. The job system really threw me off. Like I'm excited about it. I have details on it from like watching interviews and reading stuff, but I did not expect that to happen. In fact, I think that's something we all joked about in the Discord about, yeah, they're going to add a job system to 7. And then they just did, you know?
Yeah.
Now,
Do we have many details on that yet?
the only details that I've read and that they've confirmed is that each character gets 4 fits. Now, I don't think that they've said if they're unique or not. But also they did say that they want you to get these pretty early on and that it changes the gameplay of each character. So all the moves that you have change based on the fit that they're wearing. So it's not like you just get like additional moves. It actually changes the gameplay style of each character. And they did that because they wanted they said with 7 Rebirth and Remake, you were supposed to play it a certain way. Like every person kind of played similarly, depending on which characters you had. That was like the big changing factor. But with this one, they wanted you to be able to play each character differently than other players. So if you want to play Cloud as a warrior, let's say Kate Sith, it's a summoner, which I'm assuming based on his outfit that I saw. And, Vincent as, I don't know, like a gun mage or something, then that gives you the ability to really mix and match your party and change how they play. Or you can still play them the way that they played in the original, like Remake and Rebirth, just by not having a job class assigned. I noticed that the stats don't change either whenever you change, because when they changed the classes, the stats didn't change. So it's not a stat thing at all. It's literally a moveset thing. So it's just very interesting. I'm curious too if they're trying to make it to where like if you have Tifa as a black mage, you're gonna want to put a lot of your magic materia on her. And then like if you have Cloud as a warrior, he's gonna be more physical. You're gonna want to put like your strength up materia, your HP up materia, stuff like that. So just really curious how that's going to be, but I'm excited for it. I think it's a great idea to kind of freshen up gameplay without taking away all the stuff that we love from the last 2 games. So
Yeah. if it's not a good system, I'm gonna throw a fit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. There we go. There it is.
Here it happened. All right. You saw it. You heard it here first. He's going to throw a fit.
Oh sweet, look, they're putting dirge in.
um, some other stuff that I'm really hoping that they have in the game. If they don't, well, one of these things I want them to have because it should be in the game already. But I hope that when you master materia, it makes a duplicate copy and you can master that one too, just like in the original.
Yeah.
I'm curious about triple techs and if those will be in the game as well. We know there's dual techs. You know that's not going away.
Mhm.
I would figure if they're enhancing all of the gameplay, like they're trying to take it to the next level, having your entire party be able to do a tech together sounds like something that would take it to the next level. Or they did say one other thing that was kind of weird, and they didn't explain it. They said change your character seamlessly in combat. I'm curious if they meant just switching between characters because you can already do that, or if it meant taking characters out of combat and putting a new character in combat.
Are they
I don't know.
referring to are they referring to the changes in changing their job in combat?
I don't think so. I think that you can only change that outside of combat. The way they made it seem in the trailer whenever they were talking about it was changing your party lineup in a way. Like you can change characters at the drop of a hat, you know, which you could already do. So it doesn't make any sense to really talk about that unless it's kind of like an FF10 system, you know, where you can go into the menu and then change out your party mid battle, or maybe you can change your job mid combat. Because that was a complaint in the previous two games. Was that let's say you go into a battle and you don't have the materia you need for the element or whatever, you know, you may be just shit out of luck. People were wanting to have like materia loadouts, so maybe it's like, okay, well, instead of loadouts, how about we add it to where you can go into your menu in battle for an ATB and change out a materia or equipment or something like that. I don't know. They haven't said that, but that one combat thing that they talked about switching characters seamlessly just made me think, can you, hey, I don't need Barrett in this battle. I want Vincent. I'm going to switch them out,
That'd be cool.
I think that'd be awesome. I also think it'd be really cool, too, if you could use your double techs, with characters that aren't in combat. So if you have, like, let's say it takes 3, but you have 3 with 2 characters in your combat, but you want to use Barrett instead of Vincent's double tech with Cloud, you could use the they call them pips, the little blue things, the pips for Vincent, and do a double tech with Barrett since he's not technically in your party right then.
Well, that'd be cool to see. I'm sure that the game comes out in spring 27, so I'm sure that we'll get plenty of details surrounding all that in the coming year. But something I think it's important to talk about the airship system real quick. So, in reference to the original FF7, you jump out of the high wind with a parachute, like when the party parachutes down to Midgar at the end of the original. But something else I noticed that's pretty cool. I don't know if this was intended at all. Who knows? But in FF7 Rebirth, the way the airship system works is it's in reference to FF2, where you pay Sid to take you to various places. It's like a commercial flight system, And FF3, the final airship hovers in the sky, and then you drop down from it. So in this one, it looks like the airship hovers in the sky, and you drop down from it. It doesn't like land on the actual land. So I don't know if that's intended or not, if it's just a huge coincidence. But FF7 Remake Part 2 referenced FF2, and then part 3 reference FF3 with the airship system.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that they have said that you only have to see the cutscene once per area, and then after that you can skip the cutscene. One of the interesting things about the airship is they talked about Midgar in one of the interviews, and they said, you can drop into Midgar after a certain point in the game. Of course, you can drop into Midgar, and that's led people to wonder, all of Midgar or just the sectors that were in the original. I think it'd be really cool if they actually built out every sector, but I don't know if they did, though. You know what I mean? That's a lot to build out.
And the game's already so big, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like they dedicate more time to just finishing up everything and then being like, well, here's a couple sections, have fun there.
Well, didn't Hamaguchi say that you can fully explore Midgar now?
I don't remember if he said that. He may have. I'm curious if he means just the places you've already been, because if you can go into every part of Midgar, that's something fans have wanted forever. Like that. I think that would be incredible. That'd be great for additional side content and lore. But that also would make sense because, what about Deep Ground? They're canon, they're in the games. I would assume at some point, you're gonna fight them, and I would assume it's gonna be in Midgar somewhere. So I'm really kind of curious how all that's gonna play out and how in depth they're gonna go with letting you explore.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I would rather explore the new parts of Midgar than return to the old. Because we know that part of FF7 original is going to be here, where you return to Midgar and go fight Hojo and all that. I would rather the party land in a different part of Midgar, and then you have to trek your way back to the Shinra Mansion a different way. Not Shinra Mansion, cool. But the Shinra building.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. I'm super excited to explore. I mean, and we haven't really seen anything on the exploration in this yet, like in depth. But I know that they're very aware that people were unhappy with the checklist system that they had in Rebirth. And in some of the interviews, he's talked about in this game they really want to focus on the exploration part. I think that they're the inspiration for some of this was like Witcher 3, Horizon, Elden Ring. Other games where it doesn't really hold your hand. You go out and get lost, and that's how you find stuff. There's not really a checklist. And I hope that is accurate, that that's what they're doing with this, because going out and just getting lost and figuring it out and finding stuff, and even missing stuff. I know some people don't want to miss stuff, but it would be cool to miss something in one playthrough and then find it in the next playthrough, or maybe this is me, being old, but talking to a friend about, oh, did you find this in this cave? No, I never found that cave. I love stuff like that. And the last two games I felt like that with were Elden Ring and Witcher 3. Elden Ring especially. But I really hope that they focus a lot on the exploration part and letting people just kind of get lost without a checklist. I also hope that there's not a lot of additional sound, because something that would take me kind of out of being excited about exploration was the fact that Chadley would not shut up. So I'm hoping that Chadley's dialogue has been cut dramatically, or you can turn him and Mai off if they're even that important. Because I'm playing through Rebirth right now on Xbox. And they talk so much. It's like every fight you get into, it's like, oh, and this bird likes to eat from your hand. It's like, shut up. I don't care. I just let me play the game. It's like, Oh, and here's where Titan sleeps, him and his Titan family. It's like, shut up, dude. I don't want to hear this shit.
Where he
You know
takes
what
his
would have
big
made that
Titan
even
shits.
What the-
You know what would have made that even better? Is if before every single fight, Chadley says, activating combat mode.
Oh,
Oh.
God. Dude, I swear if that's in this game at any point, you and I are going to have a huge problem. You've just put that in existence. You know that, right?
Well, if we're gonna be playing as Zach again, they should do that. They should throw that in there just for old time's sake.
Just once.
At least I could see like once, but like not all the time. Oh, something else that they discussed a little bit, and it's kind of a mystery, is the there's supposedly going to be guest characters now.
Who would have guessed?
They didn't say, but they're like, Zach is going to play a bigger part in this game, and then there's going to be like guest characters, and so you can theorize on who those guest characters are, but I think that that's pretty interesting, and I'm curious if there are guest characters the way I'm thinking of it. Are they going to be playable, or are they going to be kind of like Sonon was in Intergrade?
Well, you know that Aerith is going to be in there somehow.
She'll
Right,
be a
I mean-
ghost character.
Yeah. Get a guest ghost, yeah. I mean, you know that's going to happen. I mean, they can't not do it. I don't agree with it. I mean, I wish she would just be away until the ending, but that's not going to happen. You know
see
that.
a picture of a dead Aerith? Yeah, she's super dead.
Well,
Sorry.
I have a theory about that. I have a theory about Aerith's potential gameplay in this next one. If you guys want to hear it, if not,
Sure, why not?
No, but go ahead.
No.
Just kidding.
Yes.
go
ahead.
I think Aerith's going to be fighting from the live stream. Because basically they've kind of shown that she can be like, especially like with Advent Children, she can have like a human form. Like her and Zach were in the church at the end, even though they're dead. Like I've always kind of thought that we're going to have two parties at some point where it's going to be Aerith and someone else, maybe Zach and Sonon at some point. And then you're going to have mainline party fighting in current timeline. And that's going to be how they actually defeat it, is they're going to have to kill it in two fronts at the same time.
That sounds like something they would do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. I mean, when it comes to overexposure of things, that's where I probably have the biggest problems with these with this remake series. Like with Sephiroth, I've already talked that to death. But I think Aerith too. I mean, who knows what the ending's going to be, if it's going to be the same as the original or different or whatever, but I think just the absence of Aerith is what made the ending work so well in the original. But if they're going to like overexpose her and then try to have the same ending, in my opinion, it's just not going to land the same.
Yeah.
But that's just how I feel about it.
Well, I feel the same way, especially about Sephiroth. Like, I still don't think you should have seen Sephiroth until the second game.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the final boss of the first game should have been Motorball. With the ending, I don't know what they're going to do with the ending. I'm trying to keep an open mind. I just hope that it's not an ending where it's like everyone lives. Sephiroth ends up being a good guy. Like he's got his Darth Vader moment where he like sees the light, and then all of a sudden it's like,
oh my god!
They show Sephiroth, Cloud, and company all in Nibelheim. They've got a house of their own and kids running around everywhere.
Yep, Cloud and Sephiroth are married, and it's great.
Yeah. I know what's going to happen though. Sephiroth is gonna have a dagger moment, like from
Oh yeah,
FF9.
just cut his hair.
Cut his hair.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. He's gonna put the Masamune behind his head, and he's just gonna cut off the hair and then smile at Cloud.
But
What do you
that's
think
the
about that,
intro.
Ross?
After that, it just
That
goes
pissed
to
me off
the end.
so much.
Honestly, I would be so happy if that happened, just from a
So
like
funny.
laughter standpoint.
Yeah, like a shit post. But
There's gonna be certain content creators that are gonna have a field day with that if that happens.
That's not gonna happen.
I know, but I guess I'm meaning more like if they try to like have a Sephiroth redemption arc, they probably shouldn't go that route unless they just have something brilliant planned. But who knows? Who knows at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want that. I hate it when a villain gets a redemption arc, or you get like I'll use movies. You know, you get movies about villains as what made them a villain. It's like I don't care. They're a villain. I don't need this, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't like them before.
The reason Darth Vader's worked is because he was once a good man. Like he was
Yeah.
once, yeah. Like he was redeeming himself from, turning to the dark side or whatever. I mean, I guess Sephiroth technically could be in that category as well, but just please don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Just let me push X to Omni slash him, and then he dies, please. That's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another thing. I wonder how Vincent's limit breaks are going to work because his, Belius Beast is just a move you use. You just can do it anytime. I'm curious as to what his limit break is going to be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I hope we get all the different forms though,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even a new one
That'd be fine.
past the 4 from the original. Yeah. What do you guys think about the weapon fights, or at least the weapon designs?
I think they're amazing.
Yeah. I don't mind the designs at all. I think they're all cool. I'm very curious about like the weapon fights, how they're going to be. I'm not so worried about, Ultimate or anything like that, but like Ruby, especially Ruby, because I'm just like, there's no way you can do the exact same mechanics in this game as you did in the original. But like now, is it just going to be that much easier or something, or is they're gonna just make it just brutally difficult? Like, how are you gonna make that difficult? I don't know. I'm just curious because I know there's ways to cheese, Ruby in the original, but I'm just like, I don't want the cheesing. I want it to be like, I earned this. Like, this is a super difficult fight. I'm one of, out of all my friend group, I'm one of 2 people that beat it. Sort of, something like that. I think it'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, I remember beating it in the original, and none of my friends at school believed me. And it was they're like, you can't beat them. Emerald and Ruby are unbeatable, and I'm like, I did it. Believe me. And it was just, but it was so satisfying. And I miss those things in games where, it was so satisfying being able to do that and having to prove to your friends and talk about it, and kind of having to figure out your own strategy. Because back then the internet it wasn't prevalent, I didn't have the internet. I had to just keep on changing my materia and figuring it out. I'll tell you this story. So, when you get Omni Slash, it says limit level 1 on it. And I always thought that there was like another one. I was like, oh, there's an Omni Slash limit level 2.
Gotta keep using it.
Yeah, I gotta find it, And so, like, same thing with the bringing Eris back to life. I'd read so many rumors about bringing it. And then one of my buddies was like, yeah, you could do it. I've done it. And I'm just like, I've got to figure this out. I miss stuff like that, though. It made me play the game a lot more.
The kids that send you on a wild goose chase so they can try to get ahead of you.
Yeah.
I had that in Mario 64. There's this kid. It's like, yeah, I got 150 stars. Like, what?
Where's these other
It's like they're
30?
just hidden in the castle, man.
Gee.
So
They're
I
like
just
jumping
wasted
at
so
every
much
wall.
time. Yeah.
That happened to me with Spyro 3. Like somebody said that I had to like get through the first get to the end of the second boss like just throughout the entire game without getting hit
Oh my gosh.
My God.
or saving to unlock something, and I can't remember what that something was. But
Did you do it?
I did it, and that kid was full of shit.
Yep. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
But at least I did something cool.
No, it is cool.
That is pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
That claim to fame. You'd get a trophy for that nowadays.
Yeah.
You
I'm
love
not
trophies,
happy.
don't you?
No.
I'm not happy that they're making the trophy easier for this. And something else that's a sidebar, but I'm not happy that you can use the cheats in Rebirth and Remake now and still get trophies.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah. That's a conversation for another time. We're definitely split in this group on all that stuff. But yeah, I did see that Hamaguchi said that trophies aren't going to be tied to mini games in this one. That there's just as many games in Revelation than there were in Rebirth, but trophies aren't tied to mini games anymore.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, well, I hope we get a lot of new mini games. Well, we will, because there's going to be snowboarding, slapping, stuff like that. I'm excited about the snowboarding because snowboarding in the original kind of isn't great. I mean, it was cool for a PS1 game around the time of like Cool Borders and stuff. That was
Mhm.
really neat. But I'm excited to see what it's like in this one.
I think the
Because
slap fight is going to be basically the pull up and sit up mini game in the new one.
oh yeah, you're probably right. Like
It's
some
gonna
type
be
of rhythm.
memed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and there's so much to look forward to. It comes out within a year. I'm excited. My biggest wish, I think, is that we get to fight the Sapphire weapon. Because I always thought the Sapphire weapon was the coolest design of all of them from the original.
Mhm.
But Shinra blows its head off. So I'm
Spoiler alert.
hoping that there's some type. I'm guessing that if it still follows the same narrative, you'll probably get to fight it in the Chadley's VR.
Mhm.
That's probably. Oh my gosh! You know how Rebirth has like the crazy challenges where you fight multiple summons at once? You know? I wonder if they're gonna have it where you fight multiple weapons at once.
Oh my gosh. Could be.
Ridiculous. One last question though. Do you guys think that Genesis will be in this game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether he's a secret boss that's VR or in game, I think he will. I think he will be in the game in some regard.
Mhm.
Because if Deep Ground is in the game, then he is definitely in the game. He's definitely in the universe. And I don't think they would have made such a big deal about Crisis Core if they didn't plan on them being, at least him, important in one of these games. So I think he's going to be our Weiss fight, or Vice, however you say it, in this game.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that they have to tie up loose ends with the secret ending of Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah,
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
No.
Do you want to know?
No.
Okay. Well, there's a loose end. I won't say what it is, but there is a loose end that has to be tied. So I just wonder if this game is going to do that or not. But I'm sure by the time the game comes out, well, maybe they might leave it a surprise.
They're just gonna make Dirge of
We'll see.
Cerberus remake, and then we'll have to play that to figure it out.
Man, I replayed Dirge of Cerberus at the FF7 marathon, and dude,
It's rough.
I think I can. Well, I played it in a marathon, and that's never fair. But dude, I think that's my least favorite Final Fantasy game ever. That game's rough, man.
If they remake it, oh, what's that?
Well, I was probably about to say what you're about to say, so go ahead.
If they remake it, they need to remake it with this gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do like a Crisis Core type of remaster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably a good stopping point. Brandon has to go, but we do want to talk about all this other stuff. One thing to note is we did record an episode on Final Fantasy XIV Evercold. However, there's some audio problems with the video, so we're going to redo that video and talk about Final Fantasy XIV Evercold. That's actually coming in January. So within the next year, there are at least 3 Final Fantasy games releasing. So really cool. All right, Final Fantasy VII Revelation coming next spring. I'm excited. I'm sure we all are.
Oh yeah.
We'll be covering it quite a bit within the next year. Our next marathon is in 3 months. It's coming up quick.
Yeah, I gotta start my speed runs.
True.
Yep.
Well,
I'm doing FF9. Which game are each of you doing?
Thought
Just
it was
a little-
6.
Yep.
I'll probably be doing the Pixel remaster so I could have more liberties on like name changes.
Sure.
I'm doing the 13 trilogy.
The trilogy.
That's
Well,
insane.
I know you're not joking.
I know, that's
when
the
you
thing.
say that, you mean it.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about you, Brandon?
10, right? I
Yep.
think.
That's right.
Yeah. I never remember because I just play whatever's left over.
Yeah, just take the leftovers.
Let's get the
I really wanted to do FF9 this time, so I'm excited about that. It's been a while.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
All right.
See ya.
See you.
See ya.
Take care.